Ooh, it is.
Yes, sir.
Near the start of the second semester of my freshman year of high school, my parents gave me an iPhone. Now, to many, that may seem very late to get an iPhone. To some, that may seem very early. My parents had wanted me to have my own iPhone since the start of high school, but I was planning on obtaining my iPhone at the end of my sophomore year. I was against having an iPhone because throughout school, I always saw kids using their technology to become virtually brainwashed, sleep-deficient phone addicts with a highly questionable work ethic, resulting in discomfortingly low grades and incredibly short attention span. Me and my all A grades wanted none of that. But looking back now, getting my iPhone by the end of my sophomore year as I wanted would have been way too late to survive and thrive in high school for three main reasons. 1, modern smartphone required classes. 2, general communication. And 3, my expansive extracurricular club culture. Reason number 1, modern smartphone required classes. Nearly every class I attend at this high school secretly requires a mobile device to use multiple times a week for short and practical purposes, such as scanning QR codes, taking pictures, translating for language classes, submitting work on its learning, and web quests. Now, the school system has provided plenty of Chromebooks for students to complete most digital tasks besides scanning QR codes and taking pictures. So without a smartphone, I would always be the only one in my class to lift my Chromebook up with its mounted camera and awkwardly walk to the front of the class where the smartboard is and try to scan the QR code with my Chromebook while unintentionally blocking everyone behind me also trying to scan the code. My required method definitely worked, but established a key difference between me and the average high school student. The difference of a smartphone. The everyday need for a smartphone in modern school classes is an untold and unacknowledged necessity that I would bear the consequences of for longer than any regular student. This yes or no difference of does the student have a smartphone diverges the student body into two simple groups. Those with a smartphone and those without. The students without a smartphone, being the much smaller group, will face multiple challenges as a result of the technological barrier that was formed by smartphone requirements and expectations. Reason number 2, general communication. I think the main reason my parents wanted me to have a smartphone was just so they could contact me and I could contact them anytime and any place. They just wanted to show I'm safe and I can call them when I need them. But this caliber of digital communication has multiple applications across all types of people present online, like friends, family, group members for student projects, and even strangers. These days, most, if not all teenagers are constantly rapidly communicating with each other whenever and wherever via their smartphones. They're sending compliments, pictures, screenshots, videos, notices, links, information both public and private, memes, questions, requests, insults, threats, test answers, anything and everything across various social platforms such as Snapchat, Instagram, iMessage, WhatsApp, Discord, Twitter, Reddit, 24/7. This is the modern digital communication ecosystem we live in today. Even if some of us may not fully participate in it, it exists and it can have major effects on teenagers in an unlimited number of ways. My previous decision to not be a part of this massive, frivolous yet ruling system had left me separated. I was ostracized from my peers and detached from the local online culture present at the school that grows at the hands of students alike. And my decision left me out of the know. I never was in the know. That means I never knew who was dating who had a breakup with who got in a fight with who and why, who got in trouble for what. I missed out on all the signature teenage drama and gossip very early on, and I, in turn, developed a healthy distaste for such premature and trivial matters. My focus is now elsewhere, in the realms of productivity, personal growth, achievements, and more fulfilling prospects. This type of goal-oriented aimed concentration is often not present in average high schooler, as you can imagine. They rather indulge in instantaneous self-satisfaction by constantly consuming bite-sized content on applications like TikTok, Instagram, and Snapchat, effectively doom scrolling, wasting their time that could have been spent towards something meaningful. It's very unfortunate, but the only thing we can do to fight this electronic epidemic is to individually act intellectually mature by utilizing effective practices on self-control and to become consciously sophisticated by way of awareness and knowledge about the damaging grasp of digital issues and internet addiction. Reason number 3, my extensive extracurricular club culture. Upon receiving my iPhone back in the second semester of my freshman year, I set out to join all the clubs present at this high school. And the primary way to join clubs is by scanning QR codes on the flyers in the hallways, which will invite you to a web-based communication app called GroupMe. Almost every club at the school uses GroupMe, and the 4 clubs that don't use GroupMe use digital apps that are very similar. It is impossible to join and participate in a club without being digitally present in the club's virtual communication method. In my first semester, I tried to join clubs without a smartphone, but would never work out due to me missing out on digitally exclusive information like meeting times or reschedules that would be posted in communication apps like GroupMe. I remember the first club meeting without a smartphone I attended. I asked the club officer hosting if it was possible to be in this club without a smartphone. She said, "Of course," and then I never saw her again. It was just not possible. But now with my iPhone, I've joined over 90 club GroupMe groups, including TED Club, and I usually have 3 to 5 unique club meetings every week to attend. My incredible assortment of clubs has granted me numerous opportunities in the realm of volunteering. I've given out food outside of mosque with the Muslim Student Association. I've timed swimmers at the Aquatic Center for Beta Club. I've attended the Diwali Mela at the cafeteria hosted by the Indian Culture Society. I've acted as a blood cell educational video for HOSA. I've spoken about black holes on a podcast for Astronomy Club. And now, I've given a TED Talk in the auditorium for TED Club. I always keep a lookout to participate in any type of school event, such as fundraisers, guest speakers, performances, or shows like the talent show fundraiser we had in November, in which I performed as a magician and won first place. All these great things I've been a part of have only been possible due to my iPhone. This handheld technology is somewhat of a double-edged sword, but through all the consequences and problems it can bring, it is a necessary tool to survive and thrive in high school. Thank you.